I agree that we can't send a protectionist message. I want to see what kind of language we can work on this issue. I think it would be a mistake, though, at a time when worldwide trade is declining, for us to start sending a message that somehow we're just looking after ourselves and not concerned with world trade.
As you know, we have the full power in Cuba. The revolution destroyed all the enemy army after a hard fight. And when we took the power, which were our systems? Free press. So everybody.
That is Obama's political uncle, Fidel Castro, the dictator of Cuba, who said we have the full political power, we have destroyed our enemies. We are very close to a Marxist revolution in America. Now, you may think this is alarmist, you may think this is extremist. This is 2 weeks into the Obama administration. The man has sold out America. Last night, Obama went on the Fixed News Network and did an interview with son of Meatloaf, Chris Wolochansky. And Obama talked about the fact that the European Union had threatened to sue the United States over some provisions in the current version of the so-called stimulus package that would have required American iron and steel to be used in construction projects. And Obama, the great American, backed down. He said he would water down the Buy American plan. He caved into the Euro trash, who threatened to sue us if we dared to use our own iron and steel. I guess when Obama visited Europe during the campaign and said he was a citizen of the world, he was not kidding. What Obama said, if you just listened to the opening, was we can't send a protectionist message. So now basically, Obama has made it un-American to be pro-American. Obama has said we have to protect Europe before we protect America. Obama has essentially said that he owes more to his many campaign contributors in Europe than he does to the steel workers of the United States of America. I read the bill. The Buy American clause said the terms public building and public work have the meanings given such terms as. In Section 1 of the Buy American Act, 41 U.S. Code 10C, it includes, and this means steel and iron used in these projects should have been produced in the United States. That would be any airport, bridge, canal, dam, dike, pipeline, railroad, multi-line mass transit system, road, tunnel, harbor, and pier that would be built with the so-called pig bill would have to use U.S. iron and steel, and Obama has thrown that out with the change that he promised. In other words, he stabbed the union workers in the back. Obama has sold out America by taking out the Buy American clause. Obama has sold out the American middle class by saying, even if you have no children, you are going to be paying $38 billion the first year in additional funding, mandated funding, to grant health care to all children, including the children of illegal aliens. So you must understand that you are witnessing a social revolution going on in America. This is neo-Marxism, for want of a better term.
Every month that we do not have an economic recovery package, 500 million Americans lose their jobs.
Do you realize she's as mad as a hatter, or stupid, or both? How could she say every month 500 million jobs are lost? The woman does not know what she is talking about. We have a mad hatter as House Speaker and a mad spender in the White House. Now, many of you say that Obama cares about America and the American worker, and that if we don't pass his pig bill, his pig spending bill, or pig barrel spending bill, whichever way you want to put it, there'll be a catastrophe. It'll be a catastrophe for him to not pass this piece of neo-Marxist legislation. But worse than that is that you don't understand that he's stabbing iron and steel workers in the back. The use of American iron and steel is right now in the pig barrel spending bill known as the stimulus bill under Section 1110. It says none of the funds appropriated otherwise made available by this act may be used for projects for the construction, alteration, maintenance, or repair of a public building or public work unless all of the iron and steel used in the project is produced in the United States. Isn't that a wonderful idea? That we should encourage the production of iron and steel in our own nation? We should recover some of the industries that have been lost to the greedy pigs who pushed through NAFTA and the WTO through Clinton and Bush years, the Clinton and Bush years. The pigs destroyed so many of our industries. Wouldn't you think that Obama, the magnificent, would want to see manufacturing come back to America? Listen to Obama, the magnificent, catering again to the Euro trash.
I agree that we can't send a protectionist message. I want to see what kind of language we can work on this issue. I think it would be a mistake, though, at a time when worldwide trade is declining, for us to start sending a message that somehow we're just looking after ourselves and not concerned with world trade.
We're only just looking after ourselves? That's what you were elected to do. You were elected to look after America, not to look after the world. Are you that out of control, Mr. Obama, that you think you're now the emperor of the world? You are the president of the United States. Your job is to protect America and American jobs. And yet here you have the audacity to say that the pig barrel spending bill should help the world, not only America. We in the conservative movement have been railing against the NAFTA agreement, the WTO agreement, and other such horrible trade agreements. We have said for over 10 years, at least I have on this show, that these agreements would destroy American manufacturing and jobs, and I was right. And it's time to get American manufacturing and jobs back to America. Isn't that the change that we voted for with Mr. Obama? Isn't that part of the change? To reignite the manufacturing base of America, not to continue to export jobs? Impeach Obama.
I think America's greatest moral failure has been throughout our existence. Perhaps we have not devoted ourselves to causes greater than our self-interest, although we've been the best at it.
That's Benedict Arnold McCain, who was roundly defeated, in fact, destroyed the Republican Party for good. We conservatives knew he was a fraud. We knew he was a New World Order guy. We knew he was also unreliable. Well, I have news for you. Not only were we right in spades. This came out minutes ago, and you're not going to believe what Benedict Arnold McCain just did today. McCain has just introduced an amendment to kill the Buy American clause. I will read you the article. Republican Senator John McCain introduced legislation on Wednesday to strip the Buy American provision in the huge U.S. pig barrel spending bill. I've got an amendment to try to kill it, the former presidential candidate told AFP shortly after introducing the measure. I've got an amendment to try to kill it. The amendment states that the utilization of funds appropriated by otherwise made available by this act shall not be subject to any Buy American requirement. McCain then went on to say, I think it is ignoring the lessons of history. We can't have this kind of protectionism. It hasn't worked in the past. It won't work now. McCain is a Benedict Arnold. Not only has he lost the presidency, but he will never be reelected in Arizona. My prediction is he will become a lobbyist, most likely like the other whores, for Dubai. He will become another in a long line of whores like Bob Dole, Secretary of Hate Madeleine Halfbright, and the other pimps for Dubai and China. I have other things I'd like to say, but I won't. I'll leave it at these mild statements. McCain has introduced an amendment to kill the Buy American clause. He has attacked the U.S. steelworkers. Doesn't it matter to you that the U.S. steelworkers are entitled to jobs? Don't you finally understand that the cheap garbage steel from China has hurt North America? Don't you understand that Brazil, which is probably the world's biggest steel producer, has polluted their jungles and their rivers, destroyed the fresh water of Brazil because of the manufacturing techniques used in Brazil, are substandard, do not meet environmental standards of the kind that we have to meet here in America, that if steel were made in America, it would be good steel and the environment would be protected, while the steel that's made in Brazil and China is inferior and the environment is being destroyed by it? Don't you understand that this is nothing but greed? So now you know that the liberal monkey, John McCain, has just said that he's put in an amendment to kill the Buy American clause. Are you still reeling from what Obama did earlier today by passing health care for illegal alien children? Are you still reeling from this morning when you heard the Manhattan Nancy Pelosi say that 500 million Americans per month will lose their jobs unless the pig barrel bill is passed? So you learned today that John McCain has introduced an amendment to kill a Buy American clause. You heard today that Nancy Pelosi is a Mad Hatter, that she said that 500 million Americans will lose their jobs each and every month unless the pig barrel bill is passed. You heard today that Barack Hussein Obama is a neo-Marxist, and that he passed a child health care bill that will increase spending by at least $38 billion a month, and that the Democrats gutted the citizenship requirement, meaning that illegal alien children are now going to get a gold-plated health